Did you see where? And this is the last thing I'll kind of bring up about Billy Garland, but did you see where he believed that Tupac and Snoop's little riff or beef in New York was devised by Suge Knight as a way to divide and conquer? Did you see that?
Yeah. Billy just has a strong a strong hatred for Suge Knight. He kind of alluded to why. I told y'all. When did I tell y'all why Afeni got an autopsy and we helped her get that autopsy so quick? I told y'all about the DNA, but he kind of spoke on it. He know what was up. But Reggie and Suge is the bad guys. But we just trying to help Pac's mom. But he hates Suge. He obviously hates Suge because Pac looked up to Suge as a big brother, something that Billy probably felt while he was going to making those trips to the prison that he had got his son back. But if y'all listen to the previous episode we did about Billy, y'all showed that that Pac still feel the way he did, even after he said he saw a nigga that's standing over his bed that looked just like him, right? And even after all of the alleged visits that they had, I'm not saying that they true or not. I'm not here to defend that. Just telling y'all his song, his feelings still towards Billy after they met. But he has a strong dislike for Suge. We all know why Pac and Suge was mad. I'm sorry, Pac and Tupac was mad. It was because of that incident that happened on the radio station with Angie Martinez. Nothing else, nothing more. Prior to that, Snoop was riding with Pac publicly. I'm sorry, privately. Until he heard that publicly, instead of having that conversation with him privately, because Snoop had every right to feel the way he did. You can't tell me, John. I can't tell John today, as much business as me and him do today, oh, you can't interview that person. You can't fuck with that person. And John don't tell me, oh, you shouldn't go on that channel. You shouldn't fuck with that channel or whatever. Because, but, in my opinion, he owes me that respect to say, hey, I'm about to interview Gene Deal or so and so or this person or or whoever. That he know I don't choke, snitch, no joke or whoever. I can't tell him he can't do it or anything like that, and vice versa. But we owe each other that discussion privately before we hear about it or hear it publicly. That was all Tupac's uh, argument or disdain or dislike or distrust or upset was with Snoop. Because he's like saying, hey, he saw him on the sideline laughing when he talking about fucking Faith at the House of Blues a month prior. He saw him, he heard the song where he called him a dead eye, fat motherfucker, and all of that. He saw him on the set of the video shoot where he did the Scarface scene and all of that. So he knew his position. So I got to hear about it riding in the back of the limousine on the way, in New York when we out there on the radio talking about I got no problem with doing music with Biggie. I don't have no problem with them. That was the beef. I'm not sitting here today in 2023, and I'm not going to be a component of that to say that he would have still been mad at him for that. They probably would have had a conversation and worked it out. But that happened September the 1st or the 2nd. September the 6th, they hadn't worked it out yet. And they hadn't talked about it. And they were mad at each other. But I was mad at John last week. Didn't talk to him for 6 or 7 days. We worked it out. I'm just throwing an example. That ain't true. But, my point is, people get mad at people when they work shit out. So for me to say that that's the reason, or Tupac was going to always hate Snoop, I'm not going to do that. But I can honestly say that Suge Knight, it bothered Suge that was going on. I think that was one of those situations where Suge was smart. Suge knew how to just let shit play out. He was just like, hey, I'll sit back and see what happens. I ain't getting in between that. He never tried to convince Snoop to go or to feel this way, other than to come and see him, to make that call to him and say, hey, you need to come to the hospital and see Pac, because Pac ain't looking good. Because why? He had been fighting for his life. And you know, he was having to be well, anyway, he wasn't doing well in the hospital, and he knew what Afeni was thinking and what her mindset was the next time that had happened. And so he told him, you need to get down there and see him. That's the only time between that time period that I ever seen Suge try to step in and mend the bridges between the two. He knew how to deal with both of them. He knew them better than anybody at that time, in my opinion. Especially better than Billy, who said he would have let Pac live with no long, where a man that's a chain smoker, smoke weed, drink, and all that. Yeah, I agree. You might can adjust your life if you know how to do that. Well, Pac was tore up. No gunshots and the surgeries and all that messed Pac up. I don't believe Tupac would have wanted to live like that. My opinion as well, I think Afeni made the right decision. But who was Mr. Garland to go and question Feeney about that? I know y'all say that was the other half. She just got just as much right. But you lose those rights. You forfeit those rights when you elect to walk out of somebody's life until you get that relationship back, in my opinion. You know, I think Billy ultimately agreed because they knew what his lawyers, he knew what Tupac's value was at that time. And he settled for $1 million. Billy always threw up the fact that he was cheated out of money and all of that. Well, when Tupac died, he wasn't cheated out of any money. He wasn't due any money. He probably was unrecouped to Suge Knight at that point. But yes, Suge did know money was coming. And, you know, Pac was a star, superstar, and was going to be generating money and all of that. But I bring that point up only to say he threw all the comments talking about Suge owed him $10 million and all of that. He didn't know that. That ain't what the issue was. Because if Tupac was unhappy about something, as he always did, Tupac knew how to push those buttons to get what he needed from Suge Knight.